What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So today's video, I'm going to show you I wall mounted the Chucky knife. Just kidding. I did wall mount it though, and I think it looks better. So I wanted to talk today about statues / lines I wish I could collect. You know, I think at the end of the day, everyone has to limit themselves because eventually you run out of space. You know, a lot of collectors out there are trying to limit themselves to like 1 or 2 lines, you know, and I can definitely appreciate that, you know, when it's just 1 line. Although there's definitely times where when I see 45 Iron Mans or 45 Batmans, I'm just like, yeah, it's a little repetitive. It's boring in my opinion. You know, so I collect, if you think about it, I mean, Horror, Alien and Predator, Terminator, Creatures. I mean, if you want to consider this, whatever, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, random off 14, video game 15, 16, like 16 lines-ish, you know, could be more depending if you want to separate things out like Zelda and Mortal Kombat. I just put them all in one category of video games. But, you know, 17 lines, that is a lot. A lot. So, but, you know, there's always that saying, you know, that it's never enough. Whenever I hear those words, I always think of Lauren Allred from The Greatest Showman, such a good song. You know, but even when you have so much, you know, there's almost that unquenchable thirst to have more. But, of course, space limits me, and so I'm only limited by my space and funds. You know, but let's just say hypothetically I had a 20,000 square foot mansion with, you know, multi-millionaire, and I can afford any and everything I ever wanted. There's definitely some lines I would acquire in addition to what I have now. So firstly, you know, one thing I wish I could get now, but space, money don't, you know, allow it unless I sold some things. And now to find them would be the Pacific Rim line. You know, right now I got Godzilla vs. Kong, Monsterverse, I got Transformers. I would love to put, you know, next to all that, Pacific Rim. I absolutely love the first movie. Second movie, I like it outside. I don't know, the story's kind of weird, and I really dislike John Boyega. Don't like him as an actor. But I love the first movie a ton. I think it's freaking amazing. I just watched it the other day with the wife. I freaking love it. I love the music. I love, you know, the main actor. Was it Charlie Sheen or... No. Charlie Dunham? Anyways, I love that actor. Great freaking movie. And I would love to get the Prime 1 Pacific Rim bust, the Big Arms one, and the Prime 1 Pacific Rim, you know, Gypsy Danger statue. Bust and statue. I would love to get that. You know, so let's just say a 60-inch wide garage shelf, have those two. Boom. I would love to add that. You know, of course, I would collect every single Jurassic piece ever made if I had the space. You know, and I used to own a lot of Marvel comic statues, and I did like those. I really did. Actually just finished watching Iron Man 2, so it's always nice to, you know, watch a movie, come down and see the statue it's from. Me and the wife are watching the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, like Infinity Saga, in order. You know, so we started with Captain America. We're watching on Disney Plus. They're all in 4K Ultra HD. So we're watching them every day, and I'm hoping by the time I get to Endgame, Thor bust will arrive. It's kind of my hope. But yeah, if I could go, you know, have, like I said, any line I want, I would love to have a Marvel comic line. Even though I'm not huge into comic statues and comic books in general, I still liked those statues, like the XM Ghost Rider. You know, a lot of those XM, you know, statues were really cool in person when I used to own them, so I definitely like them. Wouldn't mind having a line of that. Another thing I'd love to have is the DC Arkham line. I love, you know, the Arkham video games. I've seen the statues in person at Tokyo Comic Con. I was a big fan. I thought they're all really cool. You know, I own Deathstroke and Scarecrow. Sold them both. Still kind of wish I had Deathstroke, but yeah, that line is really cool, especially when you have them all lined up. I'm not a fan of just like a few of them. You got to have the whole complete line. When they're all together, it's a magnificent display. So if I had, of course, if space means I would get that entire line. So that's definitely something I would get. Probably own every single J&D outside some of those random characters like that Korean movie or whatever. I don't know who that guy is. Plus that newest one, the rapper, singer. I don't know what the heck it is. But yeah, anything movie related, I'd get J&D, of course. I would collect the entire Queen Studios life-size line. Alita, Iron Man, every suit. I have a haul of Iron Mans, Spider-Man, get it all. For sure. I would probably get more Terminator statues. I'd get the old Cinemaquette Terminator with my Sideshow bust. Even with me getting the P1, I'd get Cinemaquette Alien. I've always liked that Alien. The pose is really sick looking. So, plus it has that darker theme, which actually would match the Queen Studios bust better than the P1 does. Although I wish the Queen bust was painted more like Prime 1, because I like the Prime 1 paint app more. Than that darker look. The darker look I got for that, that's the darker look for me. And so, let me think what else. I would collect a lot more Dragon Ball Z statues. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I've talked about that in videos before. I'd collect, Dragon Ball stuff. So I would have an entire room dedicated to Dragon Ball. The whole Dragon Ball. And I'd have it start, in order of saga from Dragon Ball till the end of Dragon Ball Super. I think that would just be super, super freaking cool. I would get the entire Queen Studios Transformer bust line. Infinity Studios Lord of the Rings bust line. Along with Queen Studios Balrog, I'd get them all. Yeah, definitely get all those. As you can see, there's still quite a lot of statues I actually still want. I've just restrained myself due to space and funds and, I can't do the Lord of the Rings line because the busts are too tall. They don't even fit on one of these garage shelves. They're literally taller than my ceiling. I only have 8-foot tall ceilings here in my basement, and Sauron, Nazgul, and Morgulord are all too tall. You'd have to lower the shelf by 6 inches to fit, those three. I would actually love an entire Lord of the Rings room. Although I would not dive deep into Weta's 1/6. I would stick purely to 1/4 and life size. I do like the Infinity half scale line. And what I think I would like, when it comes to half scale, there's only been one half scale line or when someone has them that I've actually really liked, and it was some museum, mystery museum I think in Shanghai, China or something, where they basically had half scales all from random movies, not one particular line, just a ton of them though. They had 20 different half scales or something like that. I think that's how half scales should be. Only display with half scales, all random movies. I think that would work best. If you have, let's say, the Trinity, you had a bunch of Marvel, you had horror, you had Star Wars, you had, just tons. Now, speaking of Star Wars, I used to own a small Star Wars line. I sold it. I would get it back if I had space, although I would not go huge on Star Wars. Just in general, I kind of do find their statues boring. But I actually would like the half-scale Vader by Sideshow, along with a superior Vader bust, in the Iron Studios Star Wars line I do like. I think that's way better than Sideshow. I'd, of course, love to have all the one-off movies, I sold a lot of those over the years, mostly due to space and the fact they were, outdated, but I love upgraded versions, like Blitzway's Hellboy. Get back Iron Studios Voldemort, have a Harry Potter line. Avatar. I'd love to collect the Prime 1 Avatar line. I would get an Neytiri life-size bust by Infinity Studios and get the P1 diorama, as well as the Infinity, 1/4, 1/3, or whatever the heck it is, the Neytiri that they also showed. I do bust statue diorama underneath. I think that'd be really sick, because I do love Avatar. I thought Way of the Water was amazing. Really enjoyed it. First one's a masterpiece. And so I would definitely collect that. A lot more random movies, because I've sold a lot of my random stuff off. I have very few random movies now, if you think about it. I got more or less Warcraft, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Alita. That's kind of it of random movies that aren't part of a much bigger line. So I've, sold a lot of them off over the years. But in a perfect world, I never would have. In general, I would love to never sell a statue again. Simply because I buy a statue because I like it. I only sell it because, I need money or space for something I think fits my collection better or just looks better in terms of a statue. You can only have so much. Heck, I would buy back my old Kratos bust, a lot of my video game statues. Goodness, Big Daddy by Gaming Heads. There's definitely a lot of statues I could buy. Like, if you gave me $250,000 right now and had unlimited space, I'll bet you within 3 hours I could spend that. 3 hours. Anyways, folks, just throwing out, these random videos, still waiting on some statues, waiting for my DHL shipment to get picked up that has Kong, Vampirella, Infinity Studios T-Rex busts. I got tracking number, but wasn't picked up. It's been almost a week, which is really annoying. But, I'm sure it will be picked up hopefully tonight. And if it is, we'll have it in like 2 to 3 days. So that is what I'm waiting for. For some reason, I freaking just love that Chucky display. It just stands out so much better up there. Plus, I didn't like how I had his head angled up before. I like it more like that. I think that just looks better, just a tad up. Yeah, that just looks killer, especially with the box behind like that and the way I did it. Love it. I'm starting to think, should I sell off? Let's not look at Medusa and Mummy because those are just too good. What if we sold off Anubis and Cyclops? What if I put those two, like right there, and opened this up for Vampirella, Red Sonja, and technically I could just do Celine down low. I think she would go good right there with, let's just say, her prop. Or if they actually said they're going to be making Victor, what if we did Celine and Victor down low? That could actually look really good. She doesn't necessarily have to be up top. So we know they're making a lot of Underworld statues. I know they're going to make another Marcus and Lycan, but they're actually doing William, not the traditional Lycan. They might do the traditional. I don't care to own William. I would like to get Victor, though. Victor and Celine together, like right there, could work really good. The big reason, Medusa, I don't have a box. I can't sell her for anything. Plus, she's damaged. Mummy, way too cool. I'll never sell it. But I may sell Cyclops. One of my buddies might buy it off me. If I sell that, I'll probably sell Anubis. Just sell them both. And I could just, like I said, just do Celine and that and just... I don't know if I could truly fit Mummy and Medusa on a 36-inch. Maybe if I angle it right, I might be able to. But, yeah. Anyways, folks, so hopefully we'll get some statues in this week. DHL just needs to pick up my stuff. And, hopefully no delays like with customs. But, yeah, I'm also... I think Gears of War Marcus will hit customs in the next few days as well. So that could arrive soon. So... yeah, we'll definitely have a lot of statues within the next 2 weeks, though. So if there's any videos you guys want me to do in the meantime, please let me know. I am saving my year-end statues. First off, I need to see if I'm going to get, like, Bale, Khaleesi, or Thor this year. I have hopes I might get at least one of them. Most likely, let's say Bale. And once I get that, I'll start making my, year-end videos. Because there's definitely quite a few I want to do. Anyways, folks, that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.